In this video, we're going to continue to look at all the brand new magic items in D&D 2024.
Get ready to power up your campaign to the max. What's going on, YouTube? I'm the Mind Flayer Slayer.
And I'm Dr. DM, and today we're back for the second part of our D&D 2024 magic item tier ranking. Okay, we saw a lot of interesting, good, fun ones and powerful ones last time, and we're going to continue a list starting from L all the way to Z. Let's start with the Loot of Thunderous Thumping, which is a very rare, simple melee weapon.
You know what you did. You know what you did. You made this for Bards, and you called it the Loot of Thunderous Thumping.
Thunderous Thumping.
Oh, we know.
Thumping.
We see you.
Let's talk about the Bards reinforced loot, eh?
It can be wielded as a magic club.
Sure it
that
can.
deals an extra 2d8 thunder damage on a hit. You can sing and swing. If you're a bard, you can use your charisma modifier instead of your strength modifier when making a melee attack.
Oh my gosh.
With the loot, provided you sing or hum while making the attack.
That's
okay.
really good.
So a weapon for the bard.
This is
a
great.
2d8 thunder damage?
Yeah, on top of the club, which already does 1d4, which isn't a lot, but it is light, and you could potentially dual wield them. I can see this being very good on, for example, a Valor Bard that gets extra attack. Every time you hit, you're doing a ton of damage.
Okay, so imagine this. You know the guitars where there's two guitars?
Yeah.
So you have two lutes, and you like play it as two lutes, and then they split apart, and you...
Dual wielding.
Dual wielding lutes.
Oh my god.
Oh, I might want to play a bard. I can't believe I'm saying that.
This is really cool. 2d8 extra thunder damage is nothing to scoff at. And being able to have your charisma modifier be your main attack.
Massive.
Yeah, I mean,
massive.
Warlocks get that with their Pact of the Blade, and that's like a premier feature. Getting that built into a weapon means you might not have to multi-class. You can focus on Bard as your main damage dealer. Incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, I love this. I think this actually levels up the bard class dramatically.
Oh wow, just having a
I mean, just having access as well. Honestly, I'm gonna give this like a B+.
Yeah.
Bordering on an A just because it has so much that it's adding to a class. I mean, this is a game changer for the bard.
Absolutely. Especially if you're Valor, but for all bards, honestly, extra damage. They're already not the best attacker physically, but this will make you go
really,
especially making your charisma modifier. You're gonna go to only basically needing 2 or 3 of your main stats instead of
Well, and I also feel like bards end up like being in the situation where they're always like, oh, I want to hit this thing over the head, but oh, I'm gonna break my loot.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Maybe when it hits, it goes kabong, and it's like electricity zaps out.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
This is a very good item.
Love it. Yeah, wow. And you can dual wield it too, so get in that Nick property if you have a way to get weapon mastery. And this is so fun. Let's move on now to the Potion of Greater Invisibility.
The potion's container looks empty, but feels as though it holds liquid. When you drink the potion, you have the invisible condition for 1 hour.
Okay, interesting. It says Greater Invisibility. You're not getting like the Greater Invisibility spell. You're just getting invisible.
It's a little misleading.
Yeah, it doesn't say, you don't have to have concentration. It's interesting, but I mean...
But is there a difference between you being invisible and having the invisible condition?
Oh, that's right. The invisible condition is it's no longer a spell. That's right.
So you can still... So basically, you do have greater invisibility insofar as you can attack.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
For 1 hour. Oh, my gosh. This is like almost like a permanent 1 hour advantage then. Yeah, so it's a very rare potion, but if you have this, I mean, this is great for like going into a boss battle or final boss battle with your Loot of Thunderous Thumping invisibly.
You know what you did.
So for the Potion of Invisibility, because it's such a high rarity, I'd still probably only give it a B because you probably can't even make them that often. Yeah, you get the effect very strong, good for when it's good for, not all the time, but still, good item. Let's move on then to the Potion of Pugilism. It's an uncommon potion.
Okay. After you drink this potion, each unarmed strike you make deals an extra 1d6 force damage on a hit. The effect lasts for 10 minutes. This potion is a thick green fluid that tastes like spinach.
Oh my god, Popeye! Popeye the Sailor Man. Actually, that's a very cool flavor.
Oh, that's funny.
This is the other potion didn't have the taste, and this is very specific.
Yeah.
This is really good. I mean, if you're a monk, maybe a dance part, but mainly a monk with like you getting 4 or 5, how many attacks you get flurry of blows at high level, each one you're essentially doing like extra D6. You're adding an extra, 5 D6 30,
this could do work.
Something damage a turn for 10 minutes, no concentration. At uncommon, I mean, you can like craft a lot of these if you're using the crafting rules. you can just chug these and just go full Popeye. I mean, I give this an A, especially if you have a way to craft them regularly.
Also, the idea of having a spinach, that's so funny. Like, you make cans of this.
Eat it before
you can literally play Popeye now.
Okay, now we have the Quarterstaff of the Acrobat. This is very rare, requires attunement. It's Quarterstaff.
You have a +2 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls made with this magic weapon, okay? While holding this weapon, you can cause it to emit green dim light out to 10 feet, either as a bonus action or after you roll initiative, or you can extinguish the light as a bonus action.
Okay.
While holding this weapon, you can take a bonus action to alter its form, turning it into a 6-inch rod, or a 10-foot pole, or reverting it into a quarterstaff.
Okay.
The weapon will elongate only as far as the surrounding space allows.
So from 6 inches, it goes to 10 feet. Okay, I see where this is going.
So this is basically, Wizards, what this comes down to is give us sticks to snakes back. You know what you did when you took it away. You're trying to give it back. Just give it back.
It's a long-running meme for us. Okay, so when you have the Quarterstaff in these forms, it has additional properties. Of course, the whole idea is that you're an acrobat. You're probably like using it to pole vault and jump and all those things. So you get acrobatic assist. This is in the 10-foot pole form. While holding this weapon, you have advantage on Dex acrobatics check. Cool. Is it in combat gonna happen? Possibly. Sometimes your DM has you
getting over a bridge.
Or jumping onto a monster to get on its back or something.
Pole dancing.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, to get extra gold while you're at the tavern.
Absolutely.
Very good. Okay, what else?
Attack deflection. When you are hit by an attack while holding the weapon, you can take a reaction to twirl the weapon around you, getting a +5 bonus to your AC against the triggering attack, potentially causing the attack to miss you. You can't use this property again until you finish a short or long rest. So basically a shield.
Yeah, 1-a-day shield spell.
Okay.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Just built in. That's really good. I mean, you want to make sure you're saving it for when it's really important, like a big hit's coming your way. Although short rest isn't too big of a detriment. No.
Ranged weapon is only for the quarterstaff form. This weapon has the thrown property with a normal range of 30 feet and a long range of 120 feet. Immediately after you make a ranged attack with the weapon, it flies back to your hand.
Oh, cool. Okay. And there's no limit how often you can do this.
Very
it
cool.
looks like you can, okay, if you have extra attacks, you're just throwing, receiving, throwing your quarterstaff. That's pretty darn strong.
Yeah.
And there's some now ways to make your thrown weapons get like Divine Smite or things like that. So don't sleep on that property.
What do you think of this one?
Okay, I think this one also comes back from the D&D cartoon, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
I do like it. It's here, and this one's actually a +2 versus the other ones we saw for the energy bonus, a +1. So good power on that. And a lot of interesting forms here.
B+ for me.
Yeah, in and out of combat. Yeah, B+ seems good to me.
Yeah.
Next up is Rival Coin. It's a common wonders item.
The gold coin has a creature embossed on each side. The two depicted creatures must be famous rivals or enemies of each other. For example, a rival coin might show Igvil on one side and Mordenheimen on the other, or Venger on one side and Tiamat on the other. One of these figures is on the head side of the coin, the other is on the tail side. The coin has one charge and regains its expended charge daily at dawn. You can take a magic action to toss the coin to your Witcher, expending its charge, roll any die to determine whether the coin comes up heads on an even number or tails on an odd number, or you can just flip a coin.
There's also that. Yeah.
The roll also determines the effect. With heads, target one creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself. The target makes a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 2d4 psychic damage and has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay.
On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage only.
Okay.
With tails, you take 1d4 psychic damage.
Okay, I like the flavor of like
It's
who's in the
fun.
heads and tails. It's almost like a mini cantrip where you don't have to be a spellcaster
Yeah.
to use it, and no attunement. So
This is very roguey. This has rogue.
Oh, yeah.
This has rogue written all over it.
This might be interesting for you to start like a level 1 character with
Yes.
a common magic item. Cool to just be like, flicking this is like your main thing you do for combat.
It's not going to have a ton of impact, especially scale. I mean, the disadvantage on the next attack roll is good.
For low levels.
For
but
low
then high
level,
levels monsters get like multiple attacks. So
Yeah, this is a good early magic item.
Yeah, it is
And it's fun
fun.
flavor-wise. I think that you could you could absolutely build in a deranged backstory around your freaking Harvey
flipper.
Dent coin.
Oh, wow. Cool. No, that's awesome. Still, though, probably like a C-, I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is the Scroll of Titan Summoning. It is a legendary scroll. See what it does.
When you take a magic action to read the scroll, a particular Titan named in the scroll appears in an unoccupied space on the ground or in water that you can see within 1 mile of yourself. The DM picks a suitable Titan or determines it randomly by rolling on the table below. The Titan is hostile towards all other creatures and disappears when it drops to 0 hit points. If the Titan is summoned into a space that isn't large enough to contain it, the summoning fails and the scroll is wasted.
Okay, so it's a D100 again. Your DM can choose or you can roll. This is legendary, so you won't be doing this a lot.
Yeah.
But I like that you can summon it a mile away and be like, you fight that boss, and I'll here, because you get Animal Lord,
Which is new.
Blob of Annihilation. I don't know what that is, but that sounds sick. Colossus, sounds good. Elemental Cataclysm, okay. Empyrean, wow, super strong. One of the big radiant, like angel types.
Kraken?
A Kraken, oh, unleash a Kraken, and a Tarrasque.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so if you get your hand on this, it's literally like, I don't want to fight the boss. I want the DM to fight the DM's boss.
Yeah, or you're like really trying to escape from a port and you're surrounded by an entire fleet and you're like, I've got to get out of here. And you drop it. And
Okay. or you're part of a kaiju arena. Yeah, so you have somebody coming in, you fight his trash coming, you fight your own trash. I don't know, really cool. If you can get your hands on one of these, I can't imagine the shenanigans you get into.
I'm sure you're going to have a story to tell.
Oh, wow,
I'm sure you're going to have a
fun.
story to tell.
I mean, is this an A as far as power? Probably.
Probably.
It's not like your DM's gonna let you not fight the final boss and just have the final boss fight a Tarrasque that you're in control. I know, it's still really cool. Maybe like an Uber, like end game, it's like all of you plus your, come on, Mr. My Blob of Annihilation friend. Still, I don't know. A minus.
Yeah, I would
something
agree-
like
I would
B.
agree with that,
Yeah,
yeah.
the power's there. All right, then we're moving on to the Shield of Cavalier. It's very rare, requires attunement.
While holding the shield, you have a +2 bonus to your armor class. This bonus is in addition to the shield's normal bonus to
Plus
AC.
4 AC for a shield.
Holy
That's nothing to scoff
shoot.
at. Yeah.
The shield has the following additional properties that you can use while holding it. Forceful Bash. When you take the attack, you can make one of the attack rolls using the shield against a target within 5 feet of yourself. Apply your proficiency bonus and strength modifier to the attack roll. On a hit, the shield deals force damage to the target equal to 2d6 plus 2 plus your strength
gosh,
modifier.
what?
And if the target is a creature, you can push it up to 10 feet directly away from yourself. If the creature is your size or smaller, you can also knock it down, giving it the prone condition.
What? Okay, this is
Wow.
literally feat has. I think the shield.
Yeah.
Mastery feat
Is
is
better than that. This is better
This
than
is better than that. Yes,
Yeah.
because you're actually getting an extra attack that is like a great sword damage 2d6. That's amazing, and you can knock them prone at the same size as you, which is a lot of creatures, honestly. And then you're attacking at advantage after that.
Yeah.
This is like an
Your
amazing
shield dwarves. If you're playing a shield dwarf, you have to take this.
Very cool. I love that. And I like it doesn't take your whole attack action, but rather just one of your attacks, which you are still getting an attack with, and probably stronger than your one-handed weapon.
Yeah, this is
incredible. And we're not even done yet.
Oh, you're up with Protected Field.
As a reaction, when you're an ally you can see within 5 feet of you is targeted by an attack or makes a saving throw against an AoE, you can use your shield to create a immobile 5-foot emanation originating from you. When the emanation appears, any creatures or objects not fully contained within it are pushed to the nearest unoccupied space inside of it. So you're protecting you and your friends within 5 feet of
Yeah.
you. The attack or AoE that triggered the reaction has no effect. You're invulnerable into the emanation.
Wow.
That's crazy. A high-level cone of cold or something.
Oh my gosh.
You're just point blank, like nulling it out. And this lasts as long as you maintain concentration. Up to 1 minute. Wait, 1 minute of vulnerability? What? Nothing can pass in or out of your emanation. A creature or object inside the emanation can't be damaged by attacks or effects originating from outside. Whoa, is this a globe of vulnerability baked into a shield?
Basically, wow.
Whoa, you're like invulnerable. This is like an S. I mean, oh my gosh. Get your hands on this if you're a tank or a paladin. S, so
What
good.
I'm loving about these magic items is, okay, magic items have always been busted, but I can actually see myself, like, again, you have to talk to your DM, but I could see myself building a character around some of these, which is really exciting because normally you're just thinking your class, your species, this kind of stuff, but your subclass, but to actually have magic items that could enable you to have a superhero level ability.
Yeah, you're literally the hero here.
I mean, this is really powerful.
Yeah, oh, I love this. This makes you
definitely S.
next level player and character at the table. You know what? Now I think about it, this is also from the D&D cartoon, by the way.
Yep.
So I think it was, I don't know, the Paladin too that used it, but wow, incredible. And that's just your reaction.
Wow.
Woo, busted. Okay, next up is silvered weapons.
An alchemic process has bonded silver to this magic weapon, so you can be a witcher. You score a critical hit with it against a creature that is shapeshifted. The weapon deals an additional die of damage.
Yeah, it's literally for Geralt. Yeah,
It's
you
literally
have two,
Geralt.
a silver weapon and your regular steel weapon. When the shapeshifter
And you got
comes
the
out,
coin to toss.
Oh, good gravy. There's the combo.
There it is.
Super combo. Very narrow. Shapeshifters, you have to know those shapeshifters to begin with. If you're a campaign that's around shapeshifters, like that's the narrative, this is great. Otherwise, for me, it's kind of a C.
Yeah, I could see this in Curse of Strahd being very
That's true.
good.
Yeah, but overall, what do you think?
I would say yeah, a C. Solid C.
Okay, next up is a spirit board. It's very rare. I think you're going to love this.
This ornate wooden board has the letters of the common alphabet printed on one side alongside the words yes and no, and symbols representing weal and woe. The board comes with a heart-shaped wooden planchette. This planchette must be resting on the leathered side of the board for the board's magic to function.
Let's cut to the chase here. This is a Ouija
It's
board.
a Ouija board. It's a magic Ouija board.
Okay, let's go.
The board has 3 charges and regains 1 expended charge daily at dawn. While touching the planchette, you can take 1 minute to cast one of the spells on the table below. The table indicates how many charges you may expend to cast a spell. As you cast the spell, you can call on the spirits of the dead to help guide the planchette across the board's surface, answering your questions by pointing to the letters or words on the board.
Okay, there's only 2 spells. It's Augury and Commune. So, of course, it thematically fits. And those are fun spells. You can definitely do a lot of shenanigans or try to get some answers or figure out what to do, where to go. Your DM can work with you on all these. And I think it'd be pretty fun if you have all your players get into it and do it and even use it for the purpose it's not supposed to happen.
This has big Portal campaign vibe to me, right? This has big, like, you find this item in the real world and then you're transported into the D&D universe. Big vibes.
And extra bonus points if your DM can print out, have a printout of this that has a yes and no, wheel or woe, and all your characters get in there and actually move it around.
Yeah, and
like,
if you get an
physically,
actual Ouija board while you're playing the game, who knows, you might summon real spirits while you're right there. You can have some extra characters.
Ooh, D&D. So, yeah, I like this. I mean, it's probably really like a C.
Oh, it's like a D. It's not that.
I don't know, Augury and Commune.
Why would you want, I mean, you wouldn't want, I think that this could be a narrative instrument and pretty much nothing else.
Okay, I'll give it a C.
Unless your character's like, I speak with the dead.
C for Commune.
Fair enough.
Sylvan Talons up next is a common magic item.
While the weapon is on your person, you understand the non-written communication of all Fae, and they understand yours. You can send a secret message as a magic action. You can use the weapon to cast message. Once this property is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn.
Okay, and that's pretty much everything it does. So, Fae, Sylvan is a language, but Fae can maybe speak other.
So niche.
Yeah, and magic action to cast message. Pretty easy spell to cast anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever take this, to be honest.
It's probably a D for me.
Yeah, I'm giving it an F, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for me.
Maybe in one of the campaigns that are strictly Feywild, like what is it, the Carnival, the Witchlight Carnival, maybe like a C, but overall, yeah.
Not much.
And finally, the last new magic item is a Thunderous Great Club, very rare with attunement.
While you are attuned to this magic weapon, your strength is 20.
What?
Unless your strength is already equal to or greater than that score. The weapon deals an extra 1d8 thunder damage to any creature it hits, and an extra 3d8 thunder damage to objects it hits that aren't being worn or carried. The weapon has the following additional properties. Clap of Thunder.
As a magic item, you can strike the weapon against a hard surface, gong, to create a loud clap of thunder audible out to 300 feet. You also create a 30-foot cone of thunderous energy, not too bad. Each creature in the cone has to make a DC 15 strength check or go prone. Very nice.
Okay.
Non-magical objects in the cone take that 3d8 thunder damage.
So big, like you smack it down and then just like knock everybody down, but I get back up again. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
No damage here, just a non-magical object, which is kind of okay. And this is a very rare weapon, so it's a fun but good support effect, I'd say.
Yeah, I think next thing is Earthquake is a magic action. You can strike the weapon against the ground to create an intense seismic disturbance in a 50-foot radius, circled centered on the point you impact. Structures in contact with the ground that are in the area take 50 bludgeoning damage, and each creature on the ground in that area must succeed on a DC 20 dex save or have the prone condition.
Okay.
If that creature is also concentrating, it must succeed on a DC 20 concentration save or its concentration is broken. In addition, you can cause a 30-foot deep, 10-foot wide fissure to open up on the ground anywhere in the area. Any creature on a spot where the fissure opens must make a DC 20 dex saving throw. Falling into the fissure on a failed save or moving with the fissure's edge on a successful one. Any structure on a spot where the fissure opens collapses into the fissure. Once you use this property, you can't do it until the next dawn. Okay.
This is a lot of like caveman energy.
Oh,
but here's what I'll say.
Grog would love this
That's
weapon.
true. This is like a disruptor weapon. So if you have to like assault a castle and there's like siege stuff there, you want to break down the walls,
Yeah.
you boom, just bring it with you. It's not an exceptionally strong weapon, but its purpose is like battlefield control and disruption. So because of that, if that's going to be like your role, it does that pretty well. So I'd probably give that a B if that's what you're
Oh yeah,
focusing
I mean,
on.
if you're like facing down a bunch of little minions or something like that, you do this, you knock them all prone, your wizard casts fireball, done.
Yeah, no, really
Combat
cool.
over.
Yeah, very fun. Okay, well, this has been our tier ranking and review of all the brand new magic items in D&D 2024. Boy, there were some fun ones and unique ones in there. I had a lot of fun. That was good stuff. Oh yeah, the arrow guy. You can make a lot of interesting classes, builds, narrative experiences with these new magic items. All the old magic items are back too, so those haven't gone away, and there's probably a lot more to come.
Yeah, very excited about this. I think magic items can be game breaking, but if you go in with a open spirit, shall we say, they are going to give you some of your most memorable moments and a campaign a lot of times. So
Yeah. Okay, ready?
enjoy all these.
Spirit board time.
Thunder Spear!
Ah!